In today's video, we are going to talk about how to do a successful no contact, the do's and don'ts, so make sure you stay tuned. And I have a special guest joining me that has over 18 years of experience getting an ex back and really successful results. And he's going to be giving you the play-by-play and the do's and don'ts of successful no contact. And he is also my lovely husband. His name is Alexander Cormont from Love Advice TV on YouTube. Hello.
Hello, my love. Hey, everyone.
And gentlemen, if this is your first time watching my channel or seeing him on my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm also going to put a link below of his channel, which is Love Advice TV on YouTube, so you can subscribe to that too. So my wonderful husband, I want to know all about this no contact thing. So tell me about your belief system on no contact and what it is first.
So everyone knows the no contact when
Okay.
it comes to getting an ex back,
Yeah.
or even just to also use the distance in your relationship to clarify a situation, to solve a problem. So the no contact is the idea that we shut down the communication. We don't do any initiatives because we want the other person to come to us. And also, of course, during this situation, during this period, we want to make sure that we will elevate ourselves, rebuild ourselves, control our emotions, to prepare a game plan to get our ex back. So the idea of the no contact is to not communicate. In my philosophy, I would tell the people I coach that the most important thing with the no contact is to not take the initiatives. Sometimes we can respond. Sometimes we can respond and just, and not engage communication, but communicate with our ex. But the idea is to let your ex do the first step, because it means that their subconscious mind will be focused on you, which is the reason why the no contact is a very powerful actions. Mm-hmm. Instead of begging, instead of crying, instead of chasing, we want to use the distance.
Mm-hmm. So how about if the ex never reaches out or it takes a while to reach out, a month or two?
I won't lie, I think it's what happens the most. Mm-hmm. We expect the no contact to work, and we expect the no contact to be at least 30 days. Why 30? Because it's coming from the neuroscience that says it takes 30 days for the brain to create an habit. So it will become easier and easier for you guys knowing that you do the no contact. But in the meantime, your ex will start to miss you more and more.
And wonder, yeah.
Exactly. But if I'm honest, I will say that in 60 to 70% of the situation, the no contact, that doesn't mean that your ex will come to you and say, hey, I want to marry you, or I love you, I want you back. What happened is after this no contact, they are more willing to listen to you.
More willing to listen. It's just the door cracked
Exactly.
open. Yeah.
So after the 30 days, if your ex didn't write to you, it's not a big deal. What is a big deal is to not make the mistake at this moment, to talk about the past, to send a love letter, to be needy, because that's the moment where after the no contact, you want to recreate a new energy and a new communication. Mm-hmm. You want to create a new vibe in order to get better results and not just focus on the past, which is what I see with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And so with the no contact, the goal is just for the man that's doing the no contact during no contact, his goal, I think too, what I've seen with clients is when they do a no contact, as the weeks go on, they feel less attached. It's also too kind of like a reset button, which you call it too. It's kind of like a reset button. And also for you to get out of the emotional response of the breakup sometimes. It's more, I think, for the person that wants the other one back.
Yes.
The no contact, because it really helps you kind of reflect and also show up better in hopes to get the ex back.
Yeah, there is a lot of benefits with the no contact. I love what you mentioned because it's exactly what I was saying about the neuroscience. With time, it becomes easier. We can start to detach and feel less emotional. Mm-hmm. So for a man, it means that we can control ourselves and we can really get our ex-wife, girlfriends back, because we will be able to not focus only on the problems, but also on the solutions and the nice actions that we are taking during the no contact.
Yeah.
Another advantage that I love with the no contact is the surprise effect. Mm-hmm. Because let's be honest, when something happens that is so emotional, as a human being, we expect the other to act. We expect them to beg, to come to our door, to buy us gifts, etc. And especially for men. Mm. So when we men do the no contact, we would create the surprise effect in our ex-girlfriend's or wife's mind one more time, that doesn't mean that she will come back immediately, but at least she will be looking at us, giving us more attention, focus on what's going on, and she will be surprised. Another reason of why this no contact is so powerful, it's because after a breakup, we are so emotional that we are trying to rush and we will do and say everything at the same time. Of course, I love you. Of course, I want to be there for you. I promise you I will change. I promise you I won't play soccer at night, whatever, everything to try to get our ex back to feel better. But this is just pushing an ex away. When we do the no contact, we are willing to focus on what is very important. And we made a video about this topic that I encourage you guys to go see it again. But the idea of the no contact is preparing a real conversation, recreating attraction, and making sure that you won't be putting your ex on a pedestal. You would be at the same level, so we can really use all of your tools to re-attract the ex.
Yeah. And so what would be like some of the don'ts that you've seen that aren't good when you do a no contact?
So there is a couple of things I want to mention. The first one, the most important one, when we do a no contact, we should not be mad or angry at our ex, because that's what I feel. Some of the people that I coach, they do the no contact, they think that they have to be very mad or very angry. So if they see their ex, they will have sometimes lack of respect, or they won't be nice. They won't be just
Approachable,
exactly. And that is a real problem. So no contact means I don't initiate, but I keep my cool.
Yeah.
I keep my smile. I'm positive because I'm learning, I'm working on myself. That's number one. Number two, don't approach their family or their friends. And I see you guys, especially men, we love to do that. We talk to the girlfriends, we talk to their mom, and they are not on your side. That's what I can tell.
Even if they say they are.
Yeah, even if they love you, it's still their mom, their best friends. So you should not approach anyone, because that is still, if I do the no contact, but my ex knows that I'm trying to get her back, there is no,
The no
real,
contact
yeah, it
doesn't
won't work. There is no
void it.
real results. So this would be mistake number two. Mistake number three is to count the days. I always tell people you are not in jail. It's not day one, day two, and you cannot sleep, and you don't eat, and you don't breathe. No, the no contact is here to learn and to work on yourself.
Yeah.
So simple advice, go to the gym, plan a nice weekend with your friends, plan a getaway for yourself, maybe leaving the country for a week. Just do something that you can tell when you will see your ex or talk to her again. So, but this will be the three mistakes that I will see every single day. And some are obvious, but some are not. So that's why I want you guys to listen to that and to really take them into consideration.
Yeah. I think you mentioned this too, and earlier in the video is also too, another mistake that I've seen is like when you do a no contact, it's not because of the fact that the no contact is for sure what's gonna get your ex back, and you're looking at it like that. And I think that's important, because then you start to count down the days. You know what I mean? Also too, I think it's important to understand, like, if you're in a no contact, and this is a don't, depending on the reason why you guys broke up, and your ex reached out, it's not to say that you just don't reply, right? Depending on what happened, you can say something like, hey, it's so good to hear from you. I'm just taking some time after the breakup to get my thoughts together and really kind of put in some work for myself, because this really hit home for me, and I want to change because you deserve better. Like, that text like that would go so far, and the woman would be like, oh, wow. And you would actually pique interest, and now the balance of control has shifted, but more in a healthier way. Like, we talk about, me and you talk about power, balance of control, but it's human interaction, it's human behavior. Control is everywhere. We go outside, there's a stop sign, we have rules everywhere around us, but we teach it in a healthy way. And that's like the most efficient thing ever, I think, in regards to that. So a lot of times I think when men go into no contact, they're like, oh, she reached out, but if I don't respond and I don't continue a conversation, she's going to lose interest. And it's actually false, right?
Yes. There is not one rule for every situation. There is not a magic no contact.
That's why coaching is important.
Yes, it's exactly what you mentioned. And let's be honest, most of the time when we receive a message during the no contact, we want to respond. We want to respond with this maturity, with this analyze, and also showing off. We want to say like, oh, I've been doing this, I was busy working out, etc. Because we want that person to feel that we have changed. So exactly what you mentioned. There is one situation where I tell my client, you should not respond. This is the moment we do the real no contact. It's when you're facing a woman that is playing with your emotions.
Oh, yeah.
For example, one day I love you, and the next day and the next week, there is no contact. She's not even responding, or she doesn't have time, and she posts pictures and stories online. So I've seen this situation where women will play with men. That's the moment we do a real no contact.
Yeah.
We don't want to play games anymore.
I agree with
But most of the time when we do the no contact and they text you, we use this as an opportunity to continue to show off and to continue to show that we are on the right path.
and get the control a little bit back.
Exactly, the attention. The more a woman will give you attention, the more she will be surprised, the more you can engage. And this will work even if you were married or it was a short-term relationship. I'm seeing people, men and women, getting their ex back every single day
Yeah.
because they have put the job and because they can recreate a new and improved relationship with that person. That's the goal of the no contact.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised of how many beautiful relationships are cultivated, and also to have families now because of, you know, a breakup in the past and then becoming a better person and then married for 10, 20 years, children down the line, right? You see it in your work a lot.
Of course, of
That's
course.
the beauty of it.
Because relationship, marriage, they are very challenging and we don't receive the right education. We think that it's easy, it's natural, and then there's one day we wake up and we forgot to give maybe a little bit of attention. It was the routine, or we were codependent. I see a lot of guys being so codependent on their partner, but they cannot inspire her. That's why she will leave. The reality is that it can happen. We can get our ex back, and we have to use the no contact. We have to adapt the no contact to the specific situation, but we have to use it. It's just so important for personal development and for the breakup recovery process as well.
Yeah. I like the program that we did together, the 35 Rules to Save Your Relationship, because you go into depth about, you know, the no contact, but I also know how important it is for coaching because every relationship and everything is different. So it's hard to sometimes take from a YouTube video and say, okay, this is my situation. Obviously, we can implement what we're saying today, but I think it's really important if you can invest in coaching to really try to repair your relationship and just get knowledge. And also, too, what I've noticed is when people coach with you, they feel like, you know, like a release.
Yes.
They feel guided, because sometimes when we're in this impactful moment of our lives and we're fearful, sometimes we just need reassurance of someone understanding and seeing this every day, you know?
Yeah, I love what you mentioned, because I know, guys, that you're watching our videos and you're implementing maybe 95% of the advice, but there is still this one piece of advice or the strategy that is tailored to your situation that will change everything. So this is what I see with my clients. Because, you know, in France, for example, I have millions of people following me. They say, Alex, I'm watching your videos every single day. You're like a good friend to me. But talking to you and having this one piece of advice is changing everything.
Yeah.
And especially also because after the call, after the coaching, I know you do the same. We follow you guys. So we have these emails, we have this follow-up. We want to create the best plan and follow what happens step by step. This is what the coaching is about.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy to make some videos with you.
Thanks, babe. All right, wonderful, gentlemen. So if this speaks to you and you want to either invest in the 35 Rules to Save Your Relationship to start with, or really dive into some coaching, I'm going to link Alex's YouTube channel right below, and also his website for you to book a coaching with him or any of his partner coaches on Love Advice TV. Thank you, sweetheart, for being here
Thank
with me.
you. Thank you, guys.
All right, gentlemen, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like this video and if you'd like to see my husband more on this channel, please comment below. Tell me what's going on in your life. I'll respond specifically to you if you comment below about some suggestions that you want to see some videos, or a situation that you're going through that you need a little bit of advice on or a question, or also too some recommendations and thoughts or some kind remarks. All right, gentlemen, as always, we have a next video over here that we had just recorded, and it's about how to get your ex back and for her to regret leaving you, which goes hand in hand in this video. I would encourage you to watch that next. And as always, remember, you always loved. See you in the next video.